Of course, I've accumulated this addiction in my life so that I could lean on it to get some comfort. I am like most humans. We all fear rejection in one way or another. What have I done? What have I been doing my entire life? I've been trying so hard, and I've become my own enemy. I've rejected myself. I've abandoned myself. I've tried to cut parts of myself out. All of your bad habits, all of your addictions, they come from resisting something in yourself. There's something in you that you don't like, you don't want to be there. A bad habit, let's say that you're watching porn, or you're smoking cigarettes, or you're drinking too much beer, or you're eating junk food, or whatever the addiction might be, or the bad habit. There's a part of you that wants to get rid of that part. There's a part of you that feels shameful towards that part, who wants to cut that part out of your life, basically. And this is the problem. This is why it lingers, because when we resist all of these things, that's why they persist. When we resist, things persist. So if we can learn to not resist that part of ourselves that is hateful or judgmental towards the thing that we want to get rid of, we want to accept our own judgment towards ourselves. And we want to be able to look at the part that we're trying to get rid of, and we want to stop treating that part like an enemy. We want to treat that part with acceptance and say, of course I've accumulated this addiction in my life so that I could lean on it to get some comfort. Of course. If we can learn to treat this part with acceptance instead of resentment and judgment, these things will naturally start to fall away. Because it's really the resistance towards life that is causing all our perceived problems, if you think about it. Let's say that you have a fear for something. Let's say fear of rejection, which is very common for people. If you take away the resistance towards the fear of rejection, what do you think that would feel like? Like if you're about to approach someone, or you fear being rejected by someone, and you resist that, versus if you not resist that, if you stop resisting that, what would the difference be, right? The difference without resistance would be that you would not be bothered by it. You would accept the fact that, okay, I have a fear of rejection, and that's okay. I'm human. I am like most humans. We all fear rejection in one way or another. And so the letting go of resistance towards life, towards addictions, towards things that we don't like about our life and our circumstances, will relieve us. It will release us from the grip of it. The thing that we're trying to get rid of might not disappear straight away, but when we learn to not resist it, it will sort of like burn through itself. And first of all, when we do that, when we let go of the resistance, it won't have as much of a grip on us. We won't suffer as much from it. We won't feel as much guilt or shame from it. And after a while, we will realize that, okay, why am I doing this bad habit, or why am I holding on to this addiction in the first place? We will realize that it's the resistance towards it, it's the judgment towards the bad habit or the addiction that actually makes it stick around. And so we hold on to this part of ourselves that is trying to get rid of this thing that we don't like. So it's like we hold on to it, but we resist it at the same time. There's a part of us who wants to have it because we're not ready to let it go. There's a part of us who, something in us is getting something from this bad habit, whatever that is. If we're trying to suppress something painful, it's like I'm feeling something, but I don't want to feel this, so I'm reaching for this addiction or this bad habit. And I continue to do that over and over and over and over and over again. And every time I feel shameful. I judge myself and I feel bad. And every time I think, how could I be so stupid to do this thing again? And then we promise ourselves I'm never going to do this again. I need to get rid of this part. Okay, now this time, this part of me is gone. And then a few days later, it comes back because we're still resisting it. So learning to let go of resistance, and this can be applied to anything and everything in life. What we resist persists. And actually, when we learn to not resist painful emotions or bad habits or addictions, which all of them actually come from pain, accumulated pain. When we learn to not resist that, we realize that it's the resistance towards it that makes us suffer. It's the resistance towards it that makes it even worse. If we can just learn to allow ourselves to feel pain, we will actually start enjoying pain in a way. We will be like, oh, finally. You know what I mean? We will see the beauty in pain. We will notice it as and recognize it as a part of human life. I was supposed to go through this thing, and I was supposed to have this addiction or bad habit to try and get out of this pain. And I was supposed to be scared of this. I was supposed to be shameful of this. And so when we embrace that entire thing, we accept that part of ourselves instead of resisting it. We look at it and say, okay, it's there. It's fine. That is where we will find so much freedom. But it will be scary, because the problem when we're trying to do this is that we will most often be met with a lot of fear. There will be a lot of fear coming up here, a lot of fear, because we think that we might have thoughts telling us that we will die. I'm losing my mind. Who will I become? What's on the other side? I fear the unknown. I don't want this. But it's only that part of ourselves that will die. The part of ourselves that is resisting everything in reality, everything painful in reality. That part will die. And that is scary. It will feel like dying in a way. But I can tell you that that which is being born will be born out of that fear is everything that you have ever wanted. It's unbound, it's free, it's still, it's quiet. And we realize that when we learn to do that, when we let go of that resistance, it's like, what have I done? What have I been doing my entire life? I've been trying so hard, and I've become my own enemy. I've rejected myself. I've abandoned myself. I've tried to cut parts of myself out. And I've deemed some parts of myself unacceptable and others acceptable. And I've been trying, it's almost like trying to tear oneself apart from the inside. Why do we do that? Because we think that we will die, because we think that pain is somehow dangerous. This is unacceptable. I need to survive. And we put ourselves in such a separated state. We think that it's us against everything else in this way. And that I am here and everything else is separate from me. But it's not. I am everything. It's like I am a part of everything. My body is here in the physical reality, and it's a part of everything. And this whole thing with letting go of resistance will reveal this to us. It will reveal that we are part of everything, and everything that I am, like all of these bad habits and all of this pain and pleasure, and everything that I'm experiencing is me. It's a part of me. I'm creating all of this. And I have been creating addictions and bad habits that I have then resented and resisted and hated, and I've judged myself, but it's all me. It's all me, all of that. We are capable of so much, but we forget that. We think that it's us against ourselves in a very strange way. At the same time as we're trying to survive all the time. Alone, of course, because we can't rely on anything else than ourselves. The idea of ourselves, that is. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in coaching, if you're interested in wanting more help around this area, click the first link in my description and apply for my coaching and we can have a chat. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye.